Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well today, and welcome to a new semester. How exciting! Huh? A great new semester coming up and everything. I apologize for the lighting that I've got here, but I have a window right next door to me at my desk, and the sun is out on that bright white sunshine, snow. So the lighting's a little bit off on this. I hope to get better at doing recordings and things for you as the semester goes on. I kind of enjoy doing it, but anyhow, we'll just try and do the best we can. So welcome to the class, everybody. I think you're going to like this class. I always enjoy teaching it. I I really enjoy teaching database classes, and this is a nice class because we've got the zybook that we're going to work with, and you're going to spend, about half the semester working through that. And then the second half of the semester, really, it's kind of after spring break, which is week 9. It's not week 7. But after spring break, we're going to transition to doing a much more interesting, fun, and exciting project, and that's using Google's BigQuery and Google's Data Looker Studio. And I've used that a whole bunch of times in the past. And students have, it's kind of funny. They come up to me and they say, you know what, Professor Border, that was just fun. It was just plain old fun working with Google's BigQuery and Data Looker Studio. And I hope that you feel the same way. I want to allow you to do a project that you find interesting. I want you to take control of the project and really make it your own. Make it something that you want to do, not something I force on you. I want you to do what you want to do with this project. I think that you'll find the Google tool set is just, spectacular. And the fact that it's free just makes it a lot easier to love, put it that way. And so, I think that'll be a really fun thing for you to work with. So anyhow, that's kind of the layout of the course, but let me work through some of the announcements here. Let's see. Okay, come on. All right, so I've posted, everything I need to post to my courses, and this course is going to run as kind of a two-tier set of assignments. One set are going to be in my courses, and one set are going to be in the zybook. And like I said, the first 9 weeks we'll be doing mostly zybook, but you still have to look to my courses periodically to see what's going on and how we're working with things. So syllabus is out there. In the syllabus, you're going to be required to work with the zybook. I hate to tell you this, but there's no way around buying the zybook because we're really going to be working in the zybook itself, on the zybook site. You don't download it. You don't do anything like that. It's just a web app, and you'll be interacting with their technology through their client. And so you're going to have to get a license from them. I think it's $65 a license, which, come on, that's not bad. You don't have to buy any textbooks or anything. BigQuery and everything, that's all free. So it's just $65. So I think that'll work out just fine for you. Just a note before you even log into the zybook and before you go and buy your license and everything, remember, this is a web-based application. So when you access the zybook page, the zybook website, you have to remember what gets downloaded to your machine versus what's out there on the server. So, you're going to have a whole bunch. It's like any other web page. It's a combination of JavaScript and HTML and CSS. So, it just is what it is. It's what if you were building one, you would build it the same way. But because of that, it's got idiosyncrasies. So one is that, so you are working away, you download a page, you work away on it a little bit, and you finish all the exercises on the page, and then you just click the X and go away. Well, what happened there? What happened there was that you didn't upload from your machine, from your laptop, back to the ZyBook website the results of your work. By just clicking the X, you just walked away from it. It's like you unplugged your machine from their website. And when you do that, of course, the results of what you did don't get transferred back to the ZyBook website, and you don't get credit for what you're doing. So you need to think about this, and it's like anything else. It takes about 2 weeks to get used to it, and you may find yourself like, hey, what the heck? How come it didn't work the way I expected it to? Think about it. You're no dummies. You can figure this out. You know how web pages work. You know how the interaction between your laptop and JavaScript and those kind of technologies. Just think about it and take your time and make sure that you exit from the pages and give the pages time to send information back and forth. And if you mess up, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't fix anything. I have no extra rights on the ZyBook page. You can contact ZyBook because you paid for it. You've paid for your license and everything. They owe you some support. Fine, go ahead and contact them. But you're better off to just learn how these things work, find out what works. Check your grades periodically while you're doing this stuff so you don't realize 3 weeks into the course, I don't have any grades for any of the work that I've done. Check them periodically. It's easy. You can do it. Just get ready for it. So other things, let's see. So syllabus, so what we're going to have our ZyBook assignments. We're going to have our BigQuery assignment. I have one of those where we're going to do a bunch of e-commerce queries and stuff off of the Google Merch store, GoogleMerchandise.com, I think is what it is. And all that data is available for us to write queries against, so that'll be kind of fun. But you're going to have a group project. And remember, group projects, you have to get to know people in the class. And this is an online asynchronous class. So, that can present problems, but you're going to have to overcome those problems. Now, you can do a group project with a group of one, but that's really boring and it's not any fun and it's harder and nobody really wants to do that. So, get used to contacting other people in the course. And if you get contacted by somebody who says, hey, I'm in the same course as you, assume that they are. Get to know each other. If you're in Rochester, drop by Control-Alt-Deli and get a cup of coffee together. If you're not in Rochester, exchange some emails. It'll all work out. It's all good, but you're going to have to just kind of work at that, and that's just life. Office hours, just because it's an online asynchronous class doesn't mean that you can't come to my office hours. If you're in Rochester and you want to chat with me, this is where I'll be. I'm on campus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I work 5 days a week. I try not to work on the weekends. So if you email me, that's fine. Email's on the syllabus. It's no big deal. I forgot to put it on here. And there's my phone number. Now, the phone number is probably not going to have me answering it. I don't think I've ever gotten a phone call in my office. And I've been here for 20-something years. But what it'll do is it'll allow you to leave a voicemail for me, and then I'll get an email with your voicemail. That's the best I got. So there you go. That's my office phone number. Who calls anybody anyhow? So The course overview, well, from week 1 to week 9, we're going to be working in the Zybook. And in the Zybook, you're going to get a really good overview of how to work with the basics of relational databases, the basics of SQL, writing queries, thinking about database design, all of those good things. And the Zybook does a really good job for you. And you know, I'm just really impressed by how good the Zybook works, mostly because it requires you to do these things called participation activities and challenge activities and Zylabs. So within that web page, you get to you know read through this material, and there'll be halfway through there'll be this little exercise. Not hard, easy, but you just have to do it. And you get to redo it as many times as you want. So you should never get less than 100% on a participation activity, a challenge activity, or a Zylab. All of those assignments, and there's a bunch of them, all of those should be 100%. You should get them all completely right. Because if you don't, you just go back and work on it again until you get it right. And then you get 100%. So that should be easy peasy, you know, great thing for you to work with, should be great. And at the end of the Zybook stuff, you'll see this is right at the beginning of spring break, we're going to have our final exam. Because the final exam is going to be based on the Zybook material. And that's the, you know, how to do the bare guts and minimum using SQL and that kind of stuff. So that's going to be what the final exam is going to be about. And you're going to have your final exam done by the middle of spring break. Awesome. After spring break, we're going to get into our BigQuery stuff, where we're going to start doing e-commerce things. We're going to start talking about group projects, all that, those kind of things. So that's how the course works. I think you'll find that having a final exam that early on takes a real load off, for one thing, because it's one last class that you have a final exam in. So, you know, could be a lot worse. So the course rhythm is going to work like this. So I'll post short videos like this one, you know, hopefully less than 15 minutes, on Mondays, because that's when I usually do most of my work, is on Mondays. The participation activities are going to be due on Tuesdays. And so that means that every Tuesday, except for this first week, you've got one, the PAs due on Thursday, and I think the CAs, the challenge activities, are due on Friday on this first week. The reason I hit you right away with assignments on week 1 is because I want you to get started. You need to go out and get that, sign up for the Zybook, get into the course, get used to working with it. It's not hard, but you just have to do it. So PAs will be, the participation activities will be due on Tuesday. Challenge activities are due on Thursday. Challenge activities are only slightly harder than the participation activities. But by doing this, okay, so I'm a learning guy. This is what I do for a living. The more times you touch the Zybook, the better you're going to learn this stuff. So if I have an assignment due for you every Tuesday, you're going to have to be in that Zybook every Tuesday and not waiting until week 9 to crack the book. Then you've got something due on Thursday. That means you're back into it again on Thursdays, although you could do the PAs and the CAs all by Tuesday if you wanted to and be fine, but whatever. And then the Zylabs, those are due on other dates, and I think we have 3 Zylab assignments, so you'll see when those are due. But so that's kind of the course rhythm. You're gonna be thinking about this course at least 3 times a week. When the videos are posted, and you should watch the videos, I know it's going to be really painful. you got to get the PAs done because they have due dates on them, and that's what I get is, whether you've done them by the due date, and then the CAs. So there you go, and then that's it. We talked about that. Now the group project. Like I said, I think you're going to really like this group project, and I think it's fun. So we're going to use Google's BigQuery, and by the way, you have to have a Google account. I can't imagine anyone who does not have a Google account, but if that's you, you're going to have to get one. Sorry, but you just have to. And if you are smart about this, and I'll go over what this means, it's all free. If you're an idiot and you start, doing things kind of weird, then maybe you could get a bill, but I can't imagine. I think you get 3 terabytes of queries per month. Most of the queries you're going to run are going to be in the megabyte range. And if your queries are in the megabyte range, you're never going to get to 1 terabyte, let alone 3 terabytes. So should be all free unless you're, doing silly things. And it's your account, so you get to do whatever silly things you want. But they've got a whole bunch, hundreds of data sets, public data sets available on there. Some are COVID related. Some of the more popular ones from student projects in the past have been things like the Iowa liquor sales. And so they have all the different kinds of liquor that were sold in all these different liquor stores throughout the state of Iowa. They also have Chicago crime statistics. I think they have Austin crime statistics also. So you could generate a dashboard that talked about, when certain types of crime happen, what locations, what blocks, what kind of crime, all of that kind of stuff, which is really kind of fun. We all want to be in CSI, so, So anyhow, so you've got access to lots of different public data. And you need to just figure out what kind of report you want to put together. Dashboards. I want dashboards, interactive dashboards. And get a group together. You can have a group sizes between 1 and 4. Anything like that is fine. More than 4, I tend to frown on, mostly because it's hard to schedule meetings. So I've been doing this for a long time. I know what works and what doesn't work. Big groups don't work. The process behind your group project is going to start with a proposal. Now, I used to have you write a proposal, just like you're going to have to do for your master's project. But lately I've been using Azure DevOps in another class, and I really like it. So I want to get you guys used to thinking in the phrases and the terms and stuff that Azure DevOps uses, because I think it's going to be really popular in your careers, and this will give you a good chance to try it out. I've had a bunch of students who have gone on to really good jobs and stuff, and they've reported back to me, yeah, we use Azure DevOps, for our day-to-day stuff. So, it's cool. You get to figure out, how to write a proposal in DevOps, Azure DevOps terms, and use that to convey to me what you're going to do. So you write this proposal using Azure DevOps. I review your proposal and give you feedback. And I say, hey, you're trying to do too much. You should scale this back, focus in. Does this really matter? What's the real guts of what you want to do? Then you'll have about 2 weeks to work on your project. And during that 2 weeks, just to show you how important this project is, we won't do much for class. You'll be expected to spend that 2 weeks working on your project. I'll be here. I'll still, be teaching. I'll still be doing everything. It's not like I'm going away, although I might end up going to Dubai during that time. But yeah, I'll still be emailing and Zooming and, whatever else. But you need to spend that time making your project the best that it can be. And so, that's how we're going to do it. And then coming out of that, you need to do something like a 20-minute presentation. When we do this in class, it's a lot more fun because, everybody presents to the rest of the class and you get to see what your colleagues have done, and that's more fun. But, that's not the class that we have. So we'll probably do YouTube, make a presentation, post it to YouTube, send me the URL. I'll take a look at it. Hopefully you'll look at your colleagues' presentations also. And that'll be the end of the class. Why? You already did your final exam. This is just the project. So after the spring break, really what we're working on is project time. That's it. Okay, so just a little bit extra here. This is on our syllabus, and you've got a copy of it. There's not much really of great import in here. Here's the main thing here. Here's how to get your Zybook and the Zybook code that you have to use. Not much to it, but just got to sign up. Probably have to have a credit card, but I'm sure you guys all have credit cards. And come on, let's go. I think this thing really sucks the performance out of my machine. So, okay. And let's see. And come on, let's go. Come on, little feller. Boy, it doesn't like to do Word with this thing. And let's see. So, read through this. It's not working very well, so we'll just, do the best we can. And I can't scroll down very well. And I've got course objectives in here and stuff. Let me see if I can get to the grades. Come on, little feller. All right, all the activities and stuff, your group project. Okay, so here's your grade. So remember I said that you should get 100% on challenge activities, participation activities, and the Zylabs. That's 30% of your grade. Should be easy. The Google BigQuery Project 1, it's one of those things where you just got to work at it. It's not that hard. And then you've got your group projects. You should do really well on that too. It's totally in your control. And then the final exam, what are you going to do? Do the best you can on that, and that should do it. Here's the grade distributions. So you need at least a 93 to get an A in the class. That's not going to be trivial, but that's the way it goes. Here's our schedule for the semester. You can see that we do all the Zybook stuff in the very beginning, and then by week 9 we are moving into BigQuery, and that should be a lot more fun for you. And that's it. So welcome to the course, everybody, and I hope you enjoy it. Please get in touch with me if you have any issues or any questions or anything like that. I look forward to chatting with you, and hopefully we'll have a good time. So take care, everybody.